Hey man, Hebron Ben Bilal coming back at you with another edition of this Boomer's Logic. Today I want to talk about a video that I've been wanting to really focus on and dedicate some time to, and I had to wait. It's been about 2 months since I found this video, but I had to actually wait until I had some time to really set aside and focus and dedicate really about 30 or 40 minutes to this video because it's really deep, it's really telling, and I really want to get into it. Now, before we jump into this, you already know what to do. Boomer's Logic, Hebron Ben Bilal. If you haven't already, go to the channel, like and subscribe. Now, first off, don't forget about the background. My granddaughter's over here not about to set everything up. They're running through here like a firestorm, and, I'm not going to have them tearing up my stuff so I can be mad at them. So I said, look, just to be proactive, I'm going to put all this stuff up and get it out their way. Because they move around a lot. So, forgive me for that. But this one is dealing with generational curses. Now, a lot of you think that, a lot of you people who are Bible believers think that like generational curses just come in the form of, the devil and this and this and this, and poor health, financial duress, not financially literate, financial struggles and things of that nature. A lot of you believe that it pretty much stops there. But it goes a little deeper than that. And before we get into this, I want to read you a passage that really is telling in regard to generational curses because a lot of you are Bible believers. So I'm going to read you something. And a lot of people always ask, well, why is Yahweh or God punishing the child for the sins of the father? Now, I'm going to show you something. So I'm actually going to be in Exodus 20 and 5. No, it's going to be Exodus 20 and 6. And it says, and showing mercy. No. Let's go back to 20 and 5. Excuse me. Exodus 25 and 6. Exodus 20, verse 5 and verse 6. And it says, you shall not bow down yourself to them, nor serve them, for I am the Lord your God, am a jealous God, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me, and showing mercy unto thousands of them that love me and keep my commandments. So let's back up. So let's deal with this part where he's talking about he is visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generations of him that hate him. Now understand, he's not saying personally that, look, because of what the father did, I'm going to punish this generation, the next generation, all the way to the fourth generation from that father. No, what he's saying is that the behavior or the conduct that is taught to that child via that parent, it just doesn't have to be the father. It could be the mother as well, and we're going to see that in this video, that he is going to punish that because whatever you teach that child, that is what that child is going to manifest. So if you teach that child to be just devilish, wicked, you know what I'm saying, defiant, this is how this child is going to function. And this child is going to teach that next generation and so on and so on and so forth. So this is essentially in and of itself is a generational curse because this bad behavior is being passed on generationally. So in this particular video, we're going to see two things. Number one, the passing along of the older generation, the boomer generation, passing on bad behavior to the millennial generation, and the millennial generation passing it on to another generation, and this other generation subsequently passing it on to another generation. So we're getting ready to see that, and this is what a generational curse is. It's not always about financial or health. It can be your behavior. Bad behavior is a generational curse that needs to be broke at some particular point. And in this particular instance, you're going to see women passing it down to another generation of women, to the younger generation of women. And also, I'm going to use this instance to show you women's inability to actually exercise true conflict resolution. And I talk about conflict resolution all the time. And this is one of the main reasons that women cannot truly raise men, because they do not possess true conflict resolution. And I'm going to stop this video randomly, periodically, in different spots and show you and point out different things to you that you'll probably miss. But I want to make sure that I show you the difference between how a man would handle this versus how they would handle it. So let's jump into this video. So before I go forward, I want you to take two notes. Take notice to two things, first and foremost. First, how the little child just discarded her scooter, just threw it. Just threw it and went and sat in the driveway. And the other girl was standing in the driveway initially. Now, it's going to come as a surprise to you. This is not even their house. So first, the little girl throws her scooter, because at first, I was like, man, what little kid does their toys like that? But I said, okay, and I just kept watching. So she discards her scooter in this fashion into this yard, and the other girl was standing in the yard. So when I first started watching the videos, I was like, okay, well, they're at home, so you know what I mean, I guess. But keep watching.
Get your scooters. Hey. Sweet time out. Oh, wait. Show me your trick. Come on. Okay, my turn.
So I'm going to stop right here again. Now, the video didn't back up. They actually went down the street and came back. Now, I don't know if this is on a time lapse, but they didn't go down. They went down the street and they came back. So if you look at, again, if you have the opportunity to look at this video again, look at how the little girl discarded her scooter into the man's grass. The other young girl is standing there, and then when she's out there, she says, the young girl that's standing on the sidewalk says, "Here they come." Because the man is speaking through the microphone, through the speaker, asking him to get out of the yard. And she says, "Here they come." And the little girl says, "Here they come." And they both take off. Let's go. So this is an intentional thing. They're antagonizing this person. And you're going to see why in just a minute. But they're antagonizing, intentionally going and standing in this man's driveway, intentionally antagonizing him. So when they come back, if you notice, the older girl goes directly back into the driveway. She doesn't stand on the sidewalk where she could have stood. She goes directly back into this man's driveway to antagonize him. So once again, going back to passing things down generationally, this young girl is now teaching the younger girl how to be defiant. The young girl is following her lead. Listen, this is what I always say to people. Children are like puppies. Puppies learn from, like, if you have say for instance, you're breeding an animal. The animal has puppies, right? If you ever watch how puppies actually learn the basics, they learn from watching the elder animal. You know what I'm saying? They don't learn home training, all that type, breaking them and, that type of stuff. But they watch the older animals in regard to how to learn, how to survive, what they need to do, just the basics. And they learn other things along the way. So this girl here is educating the younger girl. She's educating the younger girl. And I know a lot of you, oh man, he's using dogs to train. Oh yeah. But I always use animals because it's a simple way to understand the pecking order in regard to things. So this particular instance, you have this younger girl already teaching this little girl how to be defiant. And once again, if you heard what they said, it was intentional. It was an intentional thing.
Ready?
Stop. Stop!
So not only did she this time drive up to the house and throw her thing, and she looked directly at the house. She looked directly at the house. Let me back this up just a little bit. And look at what she did when she comes up this time. Watch the little girl and watch what she does. All of this is an antagonistic thing. She comes straight in the driveway, looks right at the house, and throws it in the drive.
Please stop coming onto my driveway. You're setting off the motion detector, and all it's doing is setting off notifications. Please stop.
Excuse me?
You're excused. Please stop coming onto our driveway.
I'm not going to do that.
Ma'am, that is not. You know exactly what you're doing. You know the camera's there. We've asked you to stop yesterday. Please.
First lie she tells. We're not coming onto your driveway. The little girl, first off, the little girl is in the driveway. And then you're sitting here lying and saying the first lie. It's the first lie she tells in the overall scheme of things. And if you go back to the video I made, Classroom Chaos, I discussed this very thing. So this is the first lie she told.
Please.
You don't have to yell at her.
Y'all will not stop.
Well,
I
we
literally
forgot.
just said it. You forgot from 2 minutes ago? Please.
No,
Please.
from yesterday.
Please. I literally, she knows. That I
No, she
literally
doesn't.
just said.
She's little. She's 3 years old. She's
Man, please fucking stop.
Come on, bro. Let's go tell Mom.
So you notice the first thing she said. First, you antagonized this. You made this. This is what you did, and you're getting ready to see the reason or the real instigators behind this whole thing. You'll see them in just a second. But you notice she lied. Then she went to she's just a kid. And all these particular things. Now, this has been an ongoing thing. The man just said, I just told y'all, man. I just told y'all. How you mean you just forgot? I just told y'all to stop doing this. And it's good. And they're going to find out, you're shortly going to find out that it happened, like I think yesterday, the day before. And he told them then. So now this girl has lied. They're antagonizing this guy. Keep going in the man's driveway intentionally. Going into the man's driveway. So now, here's where you see the young girl teaching the younger girl bad behavior. Now, you get to see where the older girl, learned the bad behavior. And you're going to see the lack of conflict resolution. She said, let's go tell Mom. We're going to go tell Mom. Boom. Now, I don't know if this is on a time lapse, but let's go tell Mom. Now you don't want to go in the driveway.
Right here. The garage is open? No. It was that one right there. Dad's over there. Right there. It was right. We turned around.
Were you doing it in here?
No, we had turned around like.
Okay, second lie. Second lie the young lady had told. No, the lady asked her, did y'all go up there? Was y'all going up there? No. Second lie. Second lie. Now watch. There's no. This is the second line. Now you see who they went and got, right? They went and got these females. Now let's continue, because as you're gonna quickly see, there's not a man in this group.
This returning. Then after he was like, stop.
You don't have the ability to chill on my driveway. You don't have the ability to sit on my driveway, to run your scooter into my grass.
You can't ride scooters.
Oh, the whole thing's going on now.
You're
This is
returning
the
to
same
go back
one
home.
that did this. This is the same one.
That did what? Get out his driveway.
You sure?
Get out his driveway.
Get out my driveway.
Come right here a second.
Well, why would you have to cuss a child?
It doesn't matter. Get out of my.
So boom. If you watch Classroom Chaos, this is what I said that black women always do. I don't know about white women. When a black woman raises a male child, this is the enabler. This is the crutch right here. Because when they approach any situation, they never ask about the behavior of the child. What did they do? They jumped straight to him. They never came and asked, hey, excuse me, can I holler at you, man? What's going on? My kids came down and told me this and this and this. Can you go ahead and tell me? I'm going to give you a quick story. So when my son was 12, my stepson was 12. He's about 12, 11 to 12. And I had just came home from doing 5 years. So I guess he was having trouble at school with one of his teachers. So I had just come home from the joint. I was still swole, still in the whole prison, mindset. And I mean, I'm literally just home. I think I wasn't even home for 30 days. So his mother calls me and says, hey, listen, Dion having trouble at school with one of these teachers. Can you escort me up there so, I can check into it? So I said, yeah, cool. So I get there that morning, grab her, grab my son, shoot up to the school, grab both of my boys, actually, shoot up to the school because they was in the same school. So we waited outside the school for the teacher to get there. So their mother started to engage the lady. So first and foremost, a woman is not going to speak while I'm there. That's first, because I do understand, because I used to watch how emotionally driven my mom was anytime she entered into a situation that went from 0 to 50, a 0 to 100 like that. There was no in between. So I cut my son's mother off immediately and said, hey, stand over there. Hey, excuse me, man. This is my son, Dion. He was telling me that there's some type of situation in the class with you and him. And she was like, I don't understand. So I explained what he explained to me and asked, was there any validity to it? And she said she had admitted to what she had said to him, but she said she was thinking that she was kind of bringing him out of his shell because he was a quiet kid. She was kind of bringing him out of his shell by kind of joking. She wasn't teasing him. She was just making little light jokes and trying to, kind of get him comfortable in the class and all that type of stuff. But he found it offensive, and he didn't understand exactly what was going on. She actually broke down in tears and was very apologetic to him, explained to us that it would never happen again. We didn't have to go to anybody else. We got clarity right then and there. There was no need for conflict in that particular instance because we got instantaneous clarity, whereas his mother was getting ready to jump out there immediately on some, hey, why is you talking about, you see what I'm saying? One time I had a situation with, I think, my brother, and this is since I've been home this time, and my brother was mad at me about something I can't remember. It wasn't initially after me and him started speaking again, he was angry with me about something. He kind of checked me on something. And I was telling my wife about it, and she said, I'm glad that I didn't say anything in regard to that particular situation because I would have blew the situation out of proportion after I explained to her, as men, we understand that we overstep our bounds at times and we have to be checked and put in line. So, sometimes it takes for somebody that loves us, as a man to pull up on us and say, hey, home, you need to check yourself, man. That's not kosher. And she said, I would have blown the proportions because I seen it a whole different way. I said, no, there was never a reason for you to speak on the matter, and it was never a reason to get irate about the situation. So understanding there are rules to engagement when it comes to men. And the first rule of engagement is getting understanding about the situation. This is why so many young people get killed today, young black men, because they lack the ability to actually enter into conflict looking for a resolution. You see what I'm saying? Without the escalation and not feeling soft because they walked away from the situation and may have been put in place or being checked by, their counterparts. But the first thing that a man would do when he rolls up on a situation like this, if a child was to come, is to find out what is the position of the child in this. First thing he would do as a father, as a man, the first thing I would do is ask my child, what happened? Okay, this is what happened. Don't make me get down this street, man, and find out it's something different, because I'm going to kick your tail in front of everybody down here, and I'm going to kick your tail when you go, what happened? Okay, this is what happened? All right, let's go. So when it went down there, it wouldn't have been no fisticuffs, because I'm not going to take a child's word over an adult in most instances. But if this had been an habitual situation, meaning this had occurred between this person and my child on a couple different occasions, yeah, I'm more than likely to go down there and put my hands on dude, because you keep pushing this particular narrative, and as an adult, leave my kid the hell alone. But with this particular situation, it jumped straight to, why did you curse my kids? And I told you this on Conflict Classroom Chaos. When children are getting reprimanded and disciplined at school, these black women are just running up to the school, overlooking anything that the child may have done or said, and going directly at the adult. What this does is builds this sense of entitlement, number one, in the child's mind, and then and it alleviates any sense of responsibility to, you know what I'm saying, or any type of respect towards the adult, where my parent is listening, my parent is taking the side of what they're saying, and my parent is reprimanding me for my behavior, holding me accountable for what I've done. It's none of that anymore. You got these black women who are just running in saying, why'd you put your hand on my kid? They don't understand conflict resolution. You're seeing it 101. This is why the older girl, this is where I get the whole generational curses. Because now this older girl understands that she can do whatever she wants, and she got this pack of hyenas behind her, hence these black women who are going to come in, and no matter what she does, I'm going to be justified in whatever I do. And the reason I said that this was an antagonistic thing is because these brood heifers, they wasn't just, they were waiting for this. They encouraged this behavior because they're sitting around bored with nothing to do. If you had something to do, if you had your behind in there having to clean the kitchen, if you had your behind in there having to get in that garden and you know what I'm saying, weed and pull them vegetables, you had to go out there, you know what I'm saying, they have too much idle time on their hands. So they whatever their minds can, you know what I'm saying, and they have to always be engaging on some frivolity like this. But let's get back to the video, because once again, she lied. These women jumped straight over the facts. They didn't want any facts and jumped straight into the, why'd you curse my kids? Not asking, hey, excuse me, what went on? Because if he cursed your kids, more than likely there was a justifiable reason for him cursing your kids.
My driveway.
Shows how
It doesn't
ignorant you
matter.
are.
Yeah, classic.
You better not cuss at her again.
So once again, you better not cuss at her again. Not telling her, hey, listen, you stay out this man's driveway. See, they never address these girls. They never address them. It's all geared towards him and cursing at them. So if your kids is running amok over here, doing whatever they want to do, right? He's not supposed to say anything. He's just supposed to sit there and look at your kids. And if he says anything to them, y'all going to run down here again like a group of cackling hens in defense of these kids who are acting indignant, throwing stuff in the man's sitting in his driveway, throwing stuff in his yard. And this is what y'all do, and y'all want to know, and you want to know why young black men act the way they act. It's because from a young age, you're teaching them this. You're passing down this bad behavior. You're making them believe that there is no level of accountability. You don't have to be responsible for your actions at all, because whatever you do, I'm coming to your aid. And this is where they get it. Watch Classroom Chaos. Please watch it. I need to have 1,000 million views on that thing, because I explained this to you. Now you're seeing it in living color.
Okay.
He cursed at my child. she did a turn right
Fucking stop.
We told them yesterday to stop sitting on our driveway, to stop bumping our garage door. We told them yesterday, and they didn't listen.
And you come and you should go come and.
There's an
Don't
older
fucking-
person with this. There's an older person with this little girl. Who
Okay,
knows
you know
that?
what? Don't curse it. Don't curse at
She's
my
not
child.
older. She's 11 and
All
she's
right,
4.
great. I won't cuss at your kid. Great. Stay off my driveway.
Come out and address us like a man, because we can hear you. You came out to the kids. Come out to the adults.
Yes, I
Here
did
you
come
go.
out to the kid to tell her to stop throwing her scooter in our yard. Yes, I did.
Come talk to the parents.
Because you a coward and
The
you
parent wasn't there. The parent wasn't there. The kid.
See, this is what I love. This is what I love the most. This part is what I love. Two things. The first thing that black women want to do, and I always tell, I used to tell my wife, the one weapon that black women know they have that is the most powerful, is more powerful in their hands, is that tongue. They know exactly what to say to cut the hell out of a nigga. They do. That's why they throw this B word around the way they do, because it's a thing for men, but not this generation. You didn't hear that back in my generation. You didn't hear it. Now, if a woman called a dude that, she woo. Yeah, I've never seen an instance where a female called a dude that. I've never seen it, and she didn't end up on her backside. You just didn't do it. It was unforgivable. It was unexcusable. But this generation, these young dudes, because they're raised by women and they heard it so much, they've been desensitized to it. That it's just thrown around. You know what I'm saying? Like I always say, like nickels, and they become desensitized to it, and they just think it's just another word. Those was fighting words back in our day. You know what I'm saying? I love being able to say in our day. And they know how to get your goat. Now, this is a white boy that they're talking to, if you haven't figured out yet. So they're wired a lot differently than black men. See, those particular things right there, they understood that talking to a black man would push his buttons, because now they're testing his manhood. This is conflict resolution 101, because this is what black women do. So see, this situation can escalate from 0 to 100 right now. And now it's a whole neighborhood beef. Now somebody ends up dead, all based upon these women having too much idle time, lack of self-control, lack of self-awareness. And I've told my wife that on many different occasions. I've told my daughter that, listen, you black women need to start to identify with what you say out your mouth and how you conduct yourselves, especially around me. Because you're not going to have me out here. It can happen this fast. Because you done looked at it, you know what I'm saying? You done walked in front of a dude, and when the dude say, hey, man, excuse me, you done turn around and said something slick out your mouth. Or you done, anything that black women do can lead to an escalated situation. And a lot of times this is what occurs. Because of not having an understanding in regard to conflict resolution, this is what they're out there doing. Now they're taking jabs at his manhood. Come on out here and face us like a man. You did it with the kids. Yeah, Oh, they getting ready to continue on. But this is what black women do. Listen, I can't speak for white women. I don't know, and I say the same thing all the time. But this is what you get when you get a brood of black women like this, clicked up. Come on out here and face us. You did it with the kid. Come out here and face us like a man. Why would I do that? I wouldn't even do it as a black man. I wouldn't even do it. But it would have never went this far. Because as a white dude, he really, you know what I'm saying, he probably scared to death anyway. But as a black man, if this would occur the first time, and I said something, and them kids came back down, first thing I'm going to do is say, hey, man, where you live at? And I'm going to go down to his house. Hey, look, check this out. Here goes the situation. First thing I'm going to ask is, hey, can I speak to his father or his uncles? Is there a man here? Then I'll address her and let her know, hey, your son keep coming through my grass. If it was a situation or issue with me, I don't mind kids, little kids in the neighborhood cutting through my grass, sitting on the driveway. I don't mind. You know what I'm saying? As long as they're not out doing something they don't have any business doing. Man, sit in my driveway, just relax, chill. At least I know you're safe. That's where my mind and my heart is. But in this particular instance, white boy didn't want him there. These women don't understand that. Only thing they understand is he cursed them. Once again, this is what black women gonna do. They're gonna jump over the kid and jump straight to him, cursing the kid. And now they're attacking his manhood.
Was abusing my property without the parent there.
Now
Turn
here.
now. Yeah, come out. You know, now I was there.
Oh, I'd rather no. I just told the kid to get off my driveway.
You should choose. When you want to cut
You
them
can
out.
choose when to supervise your child. You can choose when to supervise your child. Get off the fucking driveway. Go home.
I don't know if it's a robot or a person.
Oh,
so-
he is a person. He's using a robot voice.
This is my voice, actually. This is my voice. I'm watching you on camera. Get off my driveway.
So now you got these two kids, and you really got this little one, the little one. What do you think that they're thinking? This is how we do it. This is how we do it. This is where these kids are getting this from, and you don't believe me? You're seeing it live in living color right here. The only thing that they have that represents supposed to represent a man is the homosexual back there, the gay person back there, the LBGT back there, just standing there silently. But once again, she's not a man, so she doesn't understand conflict resolution either. So she's just going off of base instinct. It doesn't matter what you identify with. You can't change your character and your nature to that degree. Understand, and once again, there's a thing called conflict resolution. Young men learn it from men as they grow up. This is a thing that's impressed upon them by other men. I'm not sure if a lot of you older people, I'm sure you remember, Chad, Tone, you remember, Jack, you remember. Back in the day, if two youngsters got into it, you know what I'm saying, two young men, if there was an adult somewhere in the area, the adult male would come out, hey man, where y'all break it up? What's going on? You know what I'm saying? And if there was a fundamentally, let's just say, use the word, if it was a good reason for these two to be fighting, a lot of times the old heads would grab some, hey, go get them boxing gloves, man, and strap them up and let them get it in. But if it was something stupid, the elder would sit and explain to them and the other kid, hey man, y'all out here fighting for that? And they would explain to them. And this is how we learn conflict resolution, that everything didn't have to come to fisticuffs, but some things did. And the old heads in our neighborhood would go get the gloves. Go get the gloves. But, hey man, I remember one time my brother Tony, because me and my partner, the later come my partner, Rick Hayden, we couldn't get, you know what I'm saying, on the same page for any reason on the planet, and we was on the same, about the same age, and we always would get into it. We never had come to any physical confrontation. And one particular day, my brother sent for me, and some of the other older dudes in the neighborhood sent for Rick, said, hey man, y'all go and get it in that field. And we mixed it up, and you know what I'm saying, I think I ultimately lost the fight. I was winning at first. That joker bit the hell out of me, and I ended up losing. But we learned that day, I learned a valuable lesson that everything doesn't have to come to violence, but at some point, there has to be lines established in that sand, and it does sometimes have to come to fisticuffs. It doesn't have to lead to somebody dying, but that's a part of conflict resolution. My partner that I was locked up with, Ketchup, he used to always tell me, he'd say, sometimes there needs to be conflict before there's clarity. This is not one of those situations. There is no need for any conflict here. There's no need for this churning up of mess that could lead to something more by these women. But this is what they know, because there's no man over them to say, hey, if y'all don't go in that damn house and sit down, man, this man ain't did nothing, and go down there and straighten all this out. But like I say, the LBGT back there don't know that, doesn't understand it, because it's a thing that's innate in us that we're taught as young men from the elders. Conflict resolution. Sometimes it takes fisticuffs. Sometimes it takes conversation. Sometimes it takes sitting with a mediator. An older person say, man, y'all don't need it. Hey, listen, man, y'all squash that right now. That's dead. Y'all shake hands. That's dead. Y'all don't fight out here no more. That's over. And that's what it was. But there's no buffers all you got is these women running amok. They don't want buffers. These black women don't want buffers. This is what they want. They want to be able to run amok and cause as much confusion continuously. And you're seeing the fruition and you're seeing the results of these women raising these men, these irresponsible, unrepentant, just goofy women who are running around. Just this is what they're doing. And then it's everybody else's fault. There's no level of accountability. They never brought the kids to any level of accountability. It was all about the man and him cursing, which had to be, the result of something.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
I don't either. I don't know why you're here either. I have no idea why you're still here. No, I'm not going to come out and address you. Your child, your children. Call the police then. Call the police then.
On his sidewalk, stay right here. Sidewalk. No, don't go up there because you are just a child, and all you do is drive up because he doesn't know how to talk.
That's cool.
That's it.
Police now.
Who said that?
So it's getting ready to be time lapsed right here, but I do want to show you, and it's pretty much it. This is pretty much the end of it. I do want to show you the time lapse and what happens at the end. But did you hear what she just told that child? This is what she just implanted in that child's head. This is a boomer. This is a boomer woman. So this is what I was saying. This is a boomer woman. This is how the boomer generation, the women, raised the children. This is a boomer woman. She's in her 40s, clearly in her 40s or in her 50s. She told that child, okay, you stay on the sidewalk because he don't know how to talk to nobody. Not that you don't violate other people's property, stay your behind out them people's yard. Next time I have to come down here about this, I'm going to tear your little tail up. And lay the blame where it's supposed to be. She, once again, shifted the blame, letting the child know, oh, you're innocent, you didn't do anything wrong, even though this child was instigating this whole situation. Do you understand what I'm saying? Do you see how erroneous, how far left we've gone? How far left women will go, especially black women, without men in their lives, without strong black men guiding them and saying, hey, if you don't get your tail, I never seen that. I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to tell you right now. When I was on the west side of Columbus, on the hilltop, I never seen a group of women like this. Never. From when I can first remember, up until hell, I didn't even see it really in my. You seen out of control women, you know what I'm saying, in the projects and whatnot. You know what I'm saying, but just still not grouped up like this, doing this type of stuff. I didn't see it. You never seen this. But once again, this is what she's instilling in this little child. Generational curses. This is where they come from. If you don't know how to manage money, I'm just going to give you an example. If you say that your family is being plagued from money mismanagement or financial illiteracy, you were plagued with this. Guess what you need to do? If you come to the knowledge of this, what you need to do is find somebody who knows something about money, take your children or your grandchildren, sit them down and have them educated in regard to money management. Teach them about financial literacy so you can break that generational curse. You can break it if you teach your children and your grandchildren about financial literacy. Also, dealing with health, poor health. Oh, we have there's a generational curse in regard to health. Okay, start to teach your children and your grandchildren to eat better, exercise, do what's best in regard to them, your line, in regard to good health. Morally, this whole moral thing. You see how this woman said she just planted that seed into that little girl that you can act in a fool all you want and it's nobody's fault but theirs if they say something to you, baby, because you just a baby. You don't know no better. He just don't know how to talk. That is incredible. And this is what it is. You're seeing it firsthand, man. You're seeing it firsthand. And this is where we've come to. This is what we've gotten to. And I keep saying the same thing. You wanna know why the millennials are out there killing each other like this, them young men? Because they have no conflict resolution skills. Because this is what they grew up seeing. This right there.
She need to come out. So how did he come out the door tonight?
It's the door right there. Right there. Right there. That's the door.
Now
He
listen
came
to him.
down
Listen
there
to
and,
him.
approach, attack my kids. That's what he did.
Don't even think about it.
Did you hear what she just said? This is how situations get blown out of proportion. Did you just hear what she said? Let me back it up so you can hear what she said.
He came out there and approach, attack my kids. That's what he did.
Don't even think about it.
Did you just hear what that woman said, man? And the man said, don't even think about it. Don't even think about it. This is the lie that they were getting ready to tell. Just read. This is how things get blown out of proportion, man. This is why I keep telling you, listen, did you just hear what she said? This is my first time, I promise you, this is my first time ever catching her saying that. That's why I got to watch it the third time. I can't believe that she did it, but it's like I told you. And all of them said, none of them say nothing. The dude had to say, oh, don't even think about it. Of course, the LBGT didn't say, nah, we ain't going to do that. Come on, let's go. We gone. Hey, man, you ain't got to worry about the kids no more, but that's a man.
So how did he come out the door tonight?
It's the door right there. Right there. Right there. That's the door.
He came out there and approach, attack my kids. That's what he did.
Don't even think about it.
So now it's on the time lapse. He's speeding it up because the police get ready to come. This is how long they sat out here. They just sat there. That's what I say. Nothing better to do.
He been trying to be like that, and he be beating on his wife. Me and Derek heard he be beating on his wife all the time. We see it in our backyard. We can see it from the backyard, and we heard her yelling one day. We looked, and it's over here. He be beating on her. That's what you need to worry about. You beating on your wife or your girlfriend.
So hold on. Don't worry about your kids coming in my driveway, banging on, because he said the day before that they was banging on his garage door. Don't worry about that. Worried about you. Don't worry about my kids down here in your grass and banging on your garage. Don't you worry about that. Worry about beating on your wife. That's what you worry about. Don't worry about my kids running amok in your. This is what we've come to. No accountability, no nothing. This is what you have in your communities. This is exactly why I said Israelite farms, Hebrew farms, Israel's farms, man. That's what it's gonna be called, Israel's farms. Because this right here, this is why, this is one of the main reasons that mindsets like this, behaviors and conducts like this, you can't purge this out of these women. You can't purge it out of them. You can't. It's no change in that. This is one of the reasons why Yahweh told the children of Israel, when he was bringing them through the wilderness, he said, look, check this out. I'm so tired of this group here, this generation, from 20 down, from 19 down, I think it was 21 down, I'm not taking y'all in. Y'all not going over there. Because of the negativity, the doubt, the nastiness, the attitude. He just had to keep killing groups of them. And they just wouldn't get it. Look at this. Do you think that this could be purged out of these women? Nah, man. Nah. They love it too much. They got control. This is what it's all about, being an empowered black woman. This is why I love Hebraism. This is why I love Hebrew Israelite women. This is why I love Hebrew communities. That's why I love when I see them brothers. I don't care how you think about them or you believe about them. Them brothers, IUIC, them purple in the corner. I'm not a part of their community. IUPK. I'm not a part of their community. But those brothers are militant, even though they're out there on the corners. I might not agree with You know, those particular, but those brothers are militant. They stand on their communities are straight. They women act like they got sense. Their children are raised in a righteous fashion. You can talk about the polygamy, and you can talk about whatever you want, what else you want going on in them people's communities. But the last thing you ain't gonna see is this. You ain't gonna see no kids running them. You ain't gonna see them two little girls doing that. You ain't gonna see it. But see, what y'all will do will turn around and identify in those communities, oh, they in there, they mistreating they women. Okay, if what you want to call it, as long as ain't none of them getting beat and raped, and it's not happening. See, it's because y'all want everybody to be able to, this is black liberation. This is black female empowerment. This is it. This is the feminist movement. This is it. Yeah. I'm not shouting across the thing at them. I don't care if they live like this every day. I'm not telling them to change. I'm just showing you why and how these generational curses continue to trickle down in our communities. Why our young black men are killing each other wholesale in our communities. I'm showing you right here because these are the people who are raising them, man.
And I was about to call the police one day, and I said, you know what? I'm gonna mind my business. That's what we're gonna be on that road. You get drunk and you up all night and you beat on us.
I do not understand that.
And you will hear her. And you will hear her. You hear me? You will hear her yelling. You will hear her yelling it like all night long. I heard it. Like what's going on? And we look.
Look at the kids. Look at the kids, man. Look at them. Man, listen, you should forward this video. If you watching this video, you should forward to every black woman you know. Look at the kids. Because y'all don't think that your behavior matriculates down to these children. I just read you the passage where y'all said, man, look, I visit the iniquities from the father to the son to the third and fourth generation. It's going to take a long time for this behavior and conduct to run its course, and finally for a generation that goes behind them, that follows them, to finally start to act differently. Look at the kids. They're right there, man. And this is what they're learning. Right here. To be indignant, disobedient, unruly, gossip mongers. They sitting there just gossiping about the man's business. And look at the kids. They're intently sucking it up. This is how we're supposed to act as women. As black women, this is how we're supposed to act. Check them out.
Turn off our lights and we could see it was coming from right here. It was beating on her. She was yelling for her life, screaming for her life.
He's evil. Yeah, and he's bringing the wrong attention.
Yeah, because now you better not never put your hands on her again. Because I'm definitely calling 911. I tried to mind my business the last time. But the next time, put your hands on her. Watch she's gonna have it. Police gonna be here so fast. So while you calling police officers, make sure you call them when you putting your hands on your wife.
Horrible display, man. Horrible display. Horrible display. And any of you black women watching this,
A lot of times she always be
Can you please stop running back and forth? I was like, okay, I'm sorry. Yesterday, like he was riding back and forth. And then she was like, can y'all please stop? And he was like, yeah, can y'all please stop? I was like, oh, the public property.
You might need to put that ring somewhere else if you don't want nobody walking on the sidewalk. Every time it's giving you a alarm.
That's a threat.
It's giving you
That's
a
a threat.
You might need
No, it's not a threat, but you probably need to edit your
That's
distance.
fine. We'll let the cops
You
know
need to
it's
edit your
a threat.
distance on your ring because you're getting upset when someone drives or ride on the sidewalk.
Yeah, you need to check.
wow. Wow. Yeah, they just said that. I know you heard it. You need me to back it up? You just heard it. that he needs to edit his green because you don't want people. So he got to have this much yard. He can only have this much yard so that they can and they still gonna go in his game. Even if he had a sliver of grass, they still gonna go in it, man. This is black. Hey, listen. This is Black Woman 101, man. This is Black Woman 101. You seeing it in true and living color. And like he said at the beginning of the video, he said, "Yep, yep, yeah." Probably hear him out there. She got the girls, but yeah.
Sorry that I asked somebody to get off my fucking property when I asked them
Get off
Yeah, it's not down
Hey,
here.
this not your property,
It's not down here.
This is not your property. You need to edit the distance to stop right here at this line.
I'm watching.
Because anything else
It's not your
is not your property. It's public.
have it on video.
You need to educate yourself.
And they just told you, the police just told you it's nothing you can do about it. We heard you.
Coming.
Okay, but we'll see when they get here. You see, we're not leaving. We're not scared of the police. You disrespected a child and verbally abused a child that doesn't even hear cuss words on a daily basis.
abuse your wife.
Police.
You can't report a threat when you threaten these kids. We're waiting for them to get here. You call, we'll see. If you know you called the police, you have nothing else to say or worry about. Just wait on it.
Go in the house. You got it on recording.
You getting yourself all
Because
worked
we're not
up.
going anywhere until the police get here. Because we're fixing up. We're going to foul on you for doing that to our children. Because we're fixing up. We're going to foul on you for doing that to our children. Because we're fixing up. We're going to foul on you for doing
You
that
see
to
why?
our children.
You see
We're
why?
fixing up. We're going to
We'll
foul on
fix
you
it
for
up.
doing that to
We're
our
gonna fix it
children.
up.
We're going to foul on you for doing that to our children. We're going to foul on you for doing that to our children. We're going to foul on you for doing that to our children.
Here they go.
Here they go.
Come on out.
Come on out now. The police is here.
Come on, come on. Come on out.
So what I'm gonna do is jump to the end of this because it really
You
is
speak to the
nothing.
person that called for you, and then we'll follow up from there. Okay. But basically, they came crying to the door, said that a man came out.
Yeah.
Today, just now. They came crying to the door, said a man came out, scared them, said, "Get the F out of my yard. Stop."
Video, you can tell him, show the video. So every time they pass by,
But that's not the person. That's his dad.
Yeah,
The dude
that's
that's been
not
talking
the
to us
person.
is another man.
it's another man.
Here, can I come? To the door, said
Okay,
that
so
a man
let's
came
back
out.
this up again. real
Come on
quick.
out now. The police is here.
So listen once again. This is where the young girl learned how to lie. This is exactly where she learned the art of crafting a lie. Because as soon as the police get here, what does she do? Oh, they came home crying to us and said that they came home crying and saying that this guy came out and said, "Get the F out of my," that he came out there, and this is what he just said. Remember, the kids are right there. They're hearing this. This is what they're learning to do. So this is not the first time that they've seen this brood in action. It's not the first time, and they automatically, as soon as the police pulled up, they lied. They didn't say anything about, "Hey man, look, the police should have never even been there." But now you have this new one who decided she wants to speak up, and say that the kids came home crying, which they didn't. The kids came home crying and told us that that the guy came out and woo-de-woo-de-woo.
Come on, come on. Come on out. Hello.
How are you today?
You can speak to the person that called for you, and then we'll follow up from there.
Okay.
But basically, they came crying to the door, said that a man came out.
Yeah.
Today, just now. They came crying to the door, said a man came out, scared them, said, "Get the F out of my yard. Stop."
Video, you can tell him, show the video. So every time they pass by,
But that's not the person. That's his dad.
Yeah,
The dude
that's
that's been
not
talking
the
to us
person.
is another man.
it's another man.
So you can, as you can tell, because I'm gonna forward it because I'm running long. I'm almost to 60 minutes. They know who the guy is. They've been down there. They've done this before. They know who the guy is because they automatically said it's not him. It's another guy. There's another guy. It's not him. It's somebody else. So they're familiar with this person. And like I say, he just said the other day that that they had the same situation. He had to explain it to him. So it's just an ongoing thing. But my point is, this is what you have. This is what you have. It's sad, and you want to know how generational curses continue to exist because your diets, because of your conduct, because of your inability to get back to discipline, structure, and order, because of the slip in regard to morality, because there's no man there to hold that glue together, to tell people when they're out of line. See, this is what happens, and I tell you all the time. This is what happens when you have women that don't have men over. This is what happens. You've seen the direct result of it. Show me any society at any given time where men were not the dominant force and this wasn't the norm. This is the norm when you have black women in the lead. And I know a lot of y'all, oh, you're coming down on black women. I just made a video about black men the other day. I just made a video and showed you that. Once again, I'm a Hebrew, so I'm not going back and forth across all the thing with y'all, but I'm just showing you that this is what this is what you guys are representing. This is what you're showing. You arguing back and forth is the easy solution. It's a very simple solution, but y'all don't really want to do it because men, that's going to be too much a responsibility. And women, you don't want any accountability, black women. In Hebrew communities, men don't shun the responsibility, and women, they hold each other accountable for their actions. But let's back it up to the end because I want to show you what this group of women say. What's said to them at the end.
He said, I have the right to tell somebody paid off my ethnic property. He said, I have the right to tell somebody paid off my ethnic property. He said, I have the right to tell somebody paid off my ethnic property.
So that's the lady cop in response to everything. But at the end of the day, it didn't go the way that they wanted it to. I don't know why they, it really doesn't make sense to me, but, you would have to ask a black woman. She'd probably be able to be more apt to tell you what's in the mind of these women. Like I say, it's just a constant thing of constant confusion and chaos. I showed you yesterday a video, I think yesterday, the day before that, where, women are out of control, not out of order. They're running in these stores, just shoplifting, filling up bags, running out. No level of accountability. They don't want a level of accountability. You know what I'm saying? Just when, like I say, they love the freedom. They love the freedom of doing whatever their little hearts can conceive and muster up. And at the end of the day, if there's no one there over them, dominating them, telling them, hey, sit down. If that's not what's going on, this is what you're going to have. And this system provides them the platform, the venue, the lane to do this. And dare anyone tell them to step back into place. And this is what it is, man. And I just wanted to share this with you today, man, because I already knew I was going to run along with it, and that's why I said I had to select a day, because I knew I was going to do a lot of narrations with it. But this is what it is, man, and this is what we face on a daily basis. You know what I'm saying? Well, I don't really face it because I don't deal with it. I just find it interesting that you all are so lost and you're trying to figure it out. Y'all shouting back and forth across the aisle at each other. But it's simple. Once again, I repeat, all y'all do is look at the Israelite communities and say, well, how y'all got so much peace and order? You know what I'm saying? And we'll tell you, you know, we make women get in their position. Hey, get in your spot, man. If not, get the hell away from us. We don't deal with that. All that foolishness there, we don't entertain it. But y'all trying to figure it out. Enjoy that. Well, like I say, man, at the end of the day, it is what it is. This is exactly why Israel's Farms is going to be the spot. And in my upcoming videos, for y'all who are interested, I am getting ready to start to break down the system that my partner Chad asked me to go ahead and put together. I've been working on it so I can just like do 4 videos and show you exactly what the vision is. And if anyone is interested, man, you know, you can reach out, contact me after you see what the vision is. But man, once again, Hebron Ben Bilal, I'll take that up a love for your time. Hebron Ben Bilal, man, as always, giving wisdom to those wise old boomers, man. And for you millennials, this is where y'all get it from, man. Love y'all, and I'll see y'all on the next one.